What does the word say about a double-minded person? A lot of people, they will save themselves a whole lot of time, energy, effort, heartache, stress if they would just believe and understood what the word said regarding how people function, how people think, how people move. Basically, a double-minded person, he says this, the scripture says, for a double-minded person is unstable in all their ways. And it'll give you more clarification and understanding if you read a little bit before and after to get the full breadth and context of what it's talking about and what happens to a double-minded person. So, we live in a time where people are double-minded. Like if I told you that, hey, listen, if it's going to take you 10 years to build up a homestead, and at the end of the 10 years, you'd be self-sufficient, you'd be debt-free, so forth and so on, a lot of people won't do it because they're thinking about the 9.5 years or the 9 years and 11 months it's going to take them to sacrifice and to put in the work in order to get to that 10th year. When a person is telling you, or if somebody says, you know what, I'm going to do this, so this is the plan, right? Well, I'm going to do this and this is the plan. And then they turn around and they change the plan. Well, this is the plan. Well, this is the change. Well, this is the plan now. Well, this is the plan now. They keep on changing what they're saying they're going to do. They keep on changing the time frames. They keep on moving the goalposts. They're never locked into what they're saying that they want to do because they want the wiggle room. They want the ability to pull out or change whenever they want to because they're not committed in their heart. And it's sad to see people function in this matter, but you have to understand, okay, if you know that you're dealing with a double-minded person, you have to be able to identify that and then categorize them accordingly. I know when a client is going to do business with me. You know why? Because they give me the who, the what, the when, the where, the how. They have all of that information. They want they know what kind of deck they want built. They know what kind of fencing they want. They know what kind of roofing they want. They know what kind of bathroom they want. They've been storing up the materials. They have the first down payment. They want to know and they're ready to know when you can start. But a person that doesn't is clear. And this is why, like, when I speak to clients, I try and get as much information. I try and get the wife to get as much information over the phone so I can get a clear understanding of how serious this person is when it comes to the project that they're talking about. Because I don't want to waste my time going out there just to turn around and it's just, a waste of time, gas, money, energy, effort, so forth and so on. So I need to be able to discern, okay, where this person is. And so likewise, in this time that we're living in, you need to be able to discern a double-minded person from a person that's serious. A person that's serious is committed. They say that they was going to do something. They say that they was committed to something, and then they follow through with action. But a person that's double-minded, the plan is always changing. The plan, there's always a new plan. There's always circumstances. There's always situations. There's always hiccups. And so therefore, they can't never proceed with any particular plan because they're constantly double-minded. They're constantly dealing with too many variables. This is why it's so important to stay focused and be focused, because not once, and I say this, I even say, and even people, they will even say, yes, I'm double-minded. Yes, I'm acting a double-minded fashion. But what I found is that these people that even say that, right, they expect more righteousness, more holiness, more out of you than they're capable of producing in themselves. And you got to look out for this thing. What they'll do is they'll even hide behind their double-mindedness. They'll use their double-mindedness as an excuse for them not being able to do something, like it's an excuse, like it's an actual shield for them. They'll actually justify their double-mindedness and want you to go along with their double-mindedness. Don't do it, because you'll waste your time, energy, and effort and resources. What I suggest that you folks do out there, especially, as the economy continues to decline, people are continuing to struggle. Folks living from paycheck to paycheck, people impoverished. I mean, I did a video a couple of days ago of a supermarket in a poor neighborhood. And let me tell you, man, the food. The meat looked rotten. The meat looked spoiled. The tomato. Go ahead and look at it. The tomatoes were spoiled. The food, the produce was spoiled and rotten and limp. The refrigeration on the cooling systems for the eggs and for the meat and stuff. It was all, it wasn't keeping the food cool enough. I mean, it was just nasty. And you got people that's eating this stuff. See, this is where the double-mindedness come from. It said in the United States, 45 or like 49% of the people are drinking contaminated water. So if you got the supermarket that's looking like that, what do you think you have when it comes to the water supply? And then when you look at these neighborhoods, you know what they have in these neighborhoods now? Two things: marijuana dispensaries and alcohol. See, this is the cycle to keep people poor and dumbed down. And you got these people at the same time that think that God is with them. All the while, they eat poison food, they drink contaminated water, they're high, they lick it up. What do you expect out of people? And this is all across America. This is what's going on. And this is what's contributing to the double-mindedness. Not alone, they don't have a history of actually accomplishing anything in their life. You know what? You want to offend somebody? Ask them three things that especially if they're over 35. Because see, 35 and over is like a halfway point in their life. Because another halfway, the second half is just 35 years later after that is 70, right? So you ask somebody at 35 or above, or even at 30, what have you accomplished in your life? Nothing at all. See, these are the indicators that you know that you're dealing with a double-minded person. And they're like, they haven't accomplished anything. They haven't produced anything. They can't tell you three things that they've accomplished in their lives. They can't tell you not one thing. Not one thing. They live a life of existing. They live a life of not accomplishing anything. They live a life of existing. They just exist. They get up. They go to their low slave wage paying job. They get off. They watch a movie. They drink their alcohol. They pop their pills or whatever psychedelic drugs they're on. Then they go to sleep. And they do the same thing over and over again. Never accomplishing anything in their lives. Never producing anything in their lives. And then they on to church on Sunday and thinking that just because they jumped up and down, screaming, hollering, shot, think they got God in their life, that they're doing something. And then before you know it, they're 38. And then before you know it, they're 40, 45, 50. This is the life of a double-minded person. So you got to know and be able to identify double-minded people, how they move, what they say, and then look it up with their actions. And then here, because see, like investments, you got to look at past performance. If somebody has a history, see, I knew that when I started carpentry, that when I showed up, I had a history of being committed, staying focused. He didn't know that, but I knew it. And all I had to do was just prove it through my actions. A person that is double-minded will prove it through their actions. They'll prove that they're double-minded through their actions. That's why I always say, and that, scriptures say, by their fruit, you shall know them. But a double-minded person, I'm telling you, I see it time and time again. You're checking with them a year, 3, 5 years from now. They ain't doing nothing.